demo of how the tournament brackets work. So as you can see, we have a few tournaments you can select from, and the major ones, 8, 12, and 16 teams. And they get really complex as well, as you can see in the 12-team modified one. If I scroll down here, you're going to see that it can get quite complex. Now the beauty of the system is that all the logic for determining who goes where after they win or lose is all taken care of for you. So we're going to go and do a, let's say, 8-team double elimination knockout. And all you have to do is just type in a name, type test, put a date in, hit the save button, and now we're ready to drag some teams on. So one thing I did want to focus on first before we get started is this kind of area right here. The drag team obviously is where you would drag a team onto your tournament. The numbers in gray here and here and here basically denote the game number, and those come into play when we actually have games where people lose and want to go to the loser standings. For example, down here, loser of game 7 and loser of game 8. So those will automatically be populated once we put the scores in. And to put a score in, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is put your cursor on the 0 there, and you can type a score in. And the system's smart enough to know whether it's whether who's the winner or who's the loser, or even if it's a tie, right? And then no one will show up here. So let's just go through and just drag a couple more teams on here. And once I have all my teams, I'm just going to go in and fill in some scores. 30. And there we go. So now you can see that loser of game 7 and game 8 is not populated, but if I scroll down here, you're going to see it's already calculated the losers of game 1 and game 2. And the best they can do is actually 5th place. So if I just go in and fill in the rest, you're going to see that it automatically populates. And the system's also smart enough to know that if I wanted to change teams, let's say, oh, it wasn't the Eagles who were actually playing, it was actually the Cowboys, I just drag over the Cowboys and everything else updates for itself. Last thing I want to show you was what all these white text boxes were for. These are basically free-form fields per game where you can actually put information such as game time, field location, or even game date. So for game 4, if I put in, game time is 9 a.m. game time at Cowboy Stadium, all I got to do is hit the save button, and I'm done. Now if we want people to actually view our tournaments, if we go back to the home page and go to tournaments, we're going to see that our tournament popped up right here, and you can see that the text for 9 a.m. game time is right there. The last thing I wanted to show you was the ability to print your tournaments. So if I just scroll to the top here and hit the print button, I can print it as a PDF, and if I wanted to view it, it looks like this. Now since it's a PDF, you can scale it quite large, and you can even print it for poster sizes. I hope you enjoyed this little demo, and if you want to try out the tournaments for yourself, feel free to sign up with the link below. Thank you.